It's time to go over all of your Tesla stock breaking news today. In fact, it seems like the biggest Tesla stock breaking news this weekend is actually something that feels quite criminal. If you ask Elon Musk, he indeed thinks this is criminal-like activity. The legal team for a shareholder who voided Elon Musk's Tesla Pay package asked a Delaware judge in a Friday court filing to award them 29 million shares of the electric vehicle maker as a fee, worth about $5.95 billion. For people claiming that Elon Musk's $56 billion compensation package was quote-unquote overpaying him, to ask for $6 billion worth of fees for doing absolutely nothing, creating zero value or wealth for anyone, that's gotta be borderline criminal activity. At the very least, Elon Musk says they are evil. Which, pick your poison, both of those sound appropriate if you ask me. Okay, now to the important part. Is this something that could affect you as a Tesla stock investor? Well, not really. They're asking, I want to say only, but it's a decent amount, 29 million shares of stock. In regards to the amount of shares outstanding, there's 3.3 billion shares outstanding. So if we divide 29 million by 3.3 billion, that would be an issuance of free float of 0.008%. So about a tenth, less than a tenth of 1%. So would this really move Tesla stock? No. This is a lot better of, I guess, fraudulent scenario than asking for $6 billion of cash. Now, that would have really hurt Tesla, and it's unclear if they will be awarded this. I'm sure it will be a fraction of this, maybe 5 million shares, 10 million shares, maybe. That would be kind of the max that I would expect. But even if, theoretically speaking, they were awarded the 29 million shares and Tesla had to issue 29 million more shares, it would have like zero effect on your Tesla stock position. It would take Tesla down almost a tenth of 1%. Not a big deal. But if we could actually get this court proceeding behind us and move on with a new compensation package for Elon with larger tiers, that could be a good thing for Tesla stock. It's also worth remembering that Elon just being at Tesla is probably about 20 to 25% of the valuation that Tesla is assigned. So securing him, let's say till 2030 or 2035 or 2040, whatever a contract would be, that is not going to be bad news any which way you want to put it. And again, especially if we get a, $2 trillion, $5 trillion, $10 trillion comp tier, meaning that if Tesla's market cap hits those levels, Elon will be compensated. I think we pretty immediately get a new Elon. A Elon which on the earnings call doesn't sound so doom and gloomy, that is a little bit more optimistic and positive thinking. Maybe we get an Elon Musk that not hypes up AI, but talks about AI a little bit on the earnings calls. Maybe we get an Elon Musk that focuses more on profitability and, well, cares about the share price of Tesla. I mean, I don't think I'm the first one to think about this or point this out. Elon Musk really doesn't have much regard or care for Tesla's stock price. Now, what Tesla has done, granted, over the past 2 years, is they've been essentially forced to lower prices as interest rates come down. Tesla has been forced to lower prices and really sacrifice profitability as interest rates have went higher just to make it affordable for the masses to purchase a Tesla, which that is probably a better scenario, just to lower prices, sell more volume, even if it is incremental, because if the factory actually slows down, then you could take a much harder hit to profitability. But there's a lot of levers that Elon and Tesla could pull to get Tesla stock higher, and I ultimately think when this is behind us, that will happen. I'm just some random dude on YouTube, but here's one thing that the Elon team probably should have done a long time ago. Say, hey, markets, we get it. You don't like when we cut prices, but that's because interest rates have went higher. Now that we're looking at cuts coming over the next 12, 24 months, probably a lot of cuts depending on how the economy shakes out from here, Tesla and Elon could say, when rates go lower, we'll raise prices again and margins will get better. But right now, there's so much uncertainty around margins, around demand and deliveries. The $25,000 vehicle, I mean, the last earnings call, Elon said the Cybertruck basically shot themselves in the foot because it's so hard to manufacture. Like, there is no hype, there is no fluff, there is no FOMO in Tesla stock. And my point here, I guess, is it's not going to be hard to give the markets what they want. I just think when you're not compensating your CEO in any way, shape, or form, he's not very incentivized to make anything happen with the stock. Let's be honest, if the Tesla team and Elon wanted Tesla stock higher, well, let's say Tesla was a $1.5 trillion company right now. Tesla stock was at all-time highs. Well, when a new comp package comes up for discussion, it's going to be a lot harder for Elon to even hit those tiers in the first place because they're going to be set even higher and less quote-unquote achievable. The long story short, I think this is obviously criminal. It's crazy that they're even asking for $6 billion worth of compensation. In the grand scope of things, whether it's $6 billion or $1 billion, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to move the needle for you as a Tesla stock investor. If anything, this is very much a positive catalyst because you get this situation out the way. Elon can get a new comp package with new tranches and inevitably start to focus on getting Tesla stock higher again. Here is the lawyer's explanation of why they want $6 billion in Tesla stock rather than cash. They say, quote, "We are prepared to eat our cooking. This structure has the benefit of linking the award directly to the benefit created and avoids taking even 1 cent from the Tesla balance sheet to pay fees. It is also tax deductible by Tesla." It's kind of funny they say the benefit created. I can't think of any benefit that was created from this situation. This has been a big drag on Tesla stock for a long time. In other news, it looks like Eric Rugley has lost his marbles. He writes an article that is titled, quote, "The hype is gone from the electric vehicle industry. EVs are becoming boring appliances." We also have a new batch of invites being sent out for the Foundation Series Cybertruck. And here we have what looks like 10 Cybertrucks, there could be more, but that's what's pictured here, ready for delivery in Utah. Danny Duncan, who has 7.5 million YouTube subscribers, has taken delivery of a Cybertruck. He averages about 3 million views per YouTube video. Roland Percher made a very interesting poll. He says, "As soon as Tesla FSD Beta is available in Europe, I will buy it. How do other Europeans feel about it?" I had to vote. I'm not interested because I'm not a European and I couldn't see the results unless I did vote, which was unfortunate. 53.2% say yes, I will buy it. 25.7% say I will only subscribe it. And 21.1% say I am not interested. Florian Minderop, he is the co-founder and CEO of Mr. Green EV, building a Tesla FSD autonomous fleet with about 15,000 self-driving Teslas across Europe. He says he will buy it for the entirety of the fleet, which is about 4,500 Teslas as of right now. And the consensus is pretty much that. Either people have already bought it and they're just waiting on it to actually come, or they are wanting it when it does arrive. Gary Black writes on X, "It's amazing what a little PR from Tesla can do to get a favorable piece from the media, isn't it? See the Tesla link. Do you really think CNBC came up with that piece on its own?" And the article from CNBC says Tesla stands to earn billions of dollars a year by opening the U.S. charging stations to drivers of Ford and other EVs. Alika on X says, "Then why isn't the stock up?" And Gary Black says 56 minutes ago, "Because Tesla's estimates keep falling due to price cuts." Like, they've actually fallen a lot. Even from February 2nd of 2024, the estimate was about $3.19 of EPS. And now It's $3.07 of EPS. That's quite a big deal. Just to put that into a little bit of context, this 11-cent drop or so in the month of February of 2024 to EPS estimates, if you assign a 65 times multiple on that, that's about $7.15 of a decrease in Tesla's share price. The two things that drive a stock higher is beating on earnings and raising guidance, number one, and estimates going higher. Again, to the prior point that I made, now that we're almost through this Elon compensation lawsuit, Tesla can start to say and do the right things to make estimates go higher. And typically, as long as nothing has fundamentally changed with the business, you would want to be buying Tesla stock as the estimates do go lower, if indeed you think the estimates will beat, or if you think the estimates will go higher in the future. I mean, this shows just how pessimistic Wall Street actually is on Tesla stock. Tesla's global inventory numbers going higher yet again for the Model Y. The Model X is going lower. The Model S and the Model 3 are all going lower, with most notably the Model S and the Model 3 still sitting at almost 12-month low inventory numbers. Google Trends data shows a little drop with the Cybertruck search trend activity from 29 to 28, still very elevated and strong overall. The Model Y staying at 33, but look at the Model 3 going from 34 to 39. Tesla is now running 3,000 ads via Google, continuing their ad campaign with a lot of short-form ads, as well as even advertising in areas like Hong Kong now, which is new. Japan is a relatively new area that Tesla is also advertising in, and they are advertising a lot of the autonomous capabilities of your Tesla, like autopilot that comes standard in a Tesla, as well as a lot of leasing ads as well. There's quite a few different ads for leases. On StockTwits, the sentiment for Tesla is actually very bullish at 66. Yesterday, it was at 55, which is abnormal to say the least for a Saturday. Usually you see a little bit more bears come out on the weekends. Usually you see message volume fall as well, and you're not. It's not rising, but it's still at 53. So about the same message volume as you've seen yesterday, which is, again, pretty atypical. You usually see a 10 to 15 point or more drop over the weekend. So maybe that sets us up for a strong next week. We'll have to wait and see. The participation ratio is at 54, which is categorized as normal and almost high. So that means a lot of people are talking about Tesla stock, at least over here on StockTwits. Option activity on Friday from hedge funds and institutions in Tesla stock was quite positive. You had a positive order value of 60%, 527 orders totaling $330 million. Tesla currently has 3.2% short interest of free float with $17.9 billion in short positions. Cost to borrow fees, almost 9% though. So you did see quite a bit of shorting activity on Friday, and that could explain the fall from the heights of the rally that you've seen on Friday. Eventually, short sellers are going to realize shorting Tesla is never going to be a good idea in the longer term sense. On a day by day or maybe week by week basis, sure, you can get away with that. But as of right now, Tesla stock looks very good, potentially about to break out to the upside. And if you break above 210, things could really run for Tesla stock, but we'll talk about that more in the next video. If you do get downside, I think it's pretty limited here, down to about 180 until inflation either rises or the economy deteriorates into a recession, which both of those things don't look that likely right now. Then I think you could get larger downside in Tesla and the broader markets. But again, that is not something that I think has a high probability of happening as of right now. If you look at the RSI is at 53, still neutral, suggesting you could run a lot further from here before you even get close to being overbought. And the MACD line, if we have a good week next week, could go positive, and that could bring more algorithms to buy Tesla stock and also individual traders. I mean, you could actually make the argument that maybe Tesla stock could rally up to the higher end resistance of this longer term channel that we have been in since June of 2023. Short term, we're in a very bullish uptrending channel, and it's been tight and you've been trending higher. We closed above $200 on Friday. That was a big deal. But if you get above 210, you could potentially run as high as 230 or 240. Which, call it your 200-day moving average at about $235 per share. Because look, you have a very obvious downtrending line of support and a downtrending line of resistance. Typically, when you bounce off of that lower end line, you eventually make your way to the higher end line, at least in a longer term trend. And from June of last year, I would consider this at this point a longer term trend of going up, coming down to this line, going up, hitting the line, coming down, going up, hitting the line, coming down, and you're likely to go up, hit the line, and then come down. We'll see it. When you ultimately get a break above this line, which is now around 230 to 240, could be lower than that if it takes a while. I mean, by July, this line's going to be down here at about 220. When you break above that, you're going to be breaking above a multi-year downtrending line of resistance, and that could set you up for very large upside. Again, all Tesla really has to do is communicate to the markets Tesla's AI potential, give markets a timeline to look forward to for FSD advancements, for Optimus advancements, what Tesla's plans are. Just give investors some clarity on the Tesla business and what direction they're looking to take things, and maybe focus on profitability and let investors know that Tesla's going to raise prices when rates fall. So analysts and investors can say, hey, profitability is going to get better after all. Even if it takes a while, it's going to get better. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. Hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this information down below in the comment section. If you guys want to come trade with us live in real time, I send out my trades every time I make them, and other individuals do as well. We've been hitting some home runs over there. 2024 has been off to a rock solid start. Check that out, link down below in the description of this video. Also, go ahead and follow the X account. It is Michael Tyler over there. It should be pretty simple and easy to find. I share a lot of my own opinions. I share a lot of facts over there, charts, what Wall Street is saying, all kinds of different things and news. Great place to be overall. Follow it. It's free 99. Again, thank you for watching. Enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you in the next one.